An exciting day to have our new members, and we are going to talk about visitors again. And today, Betsy Schumann, take it away. She's going to be our presenter.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our new members. So today I have the pleasure of focusing on podcast 639, How to Bring a Visitor into the Room. And I'm going to admit that since joining the chapter, the thing that's the hardest for me is to figure out how to bring visitors. And so today we're going to learn together. So this podcast, Dr. Ivan Meisner brought Madeline Detchi, I hope I'm saying her name right, from the Michigan region onto the podcast. And again, we're talking about visitors. So in Madeline's first 7 years in her BNI group, she brought in two new members. Not a lot, not great. And so she decided she wanted to make new members and visitors her thing. So that was her goal. And then in the past 3.5 years, she's brought at least one visitor a week to her meetings, resulting in one new member joining her group a month for a total of 44 new members. So in 3.5 years, she's really done some great work. So next slide. All right, so she's given us four great ideas about how to find visitors to bring to our meeting and to enhance our meeting and to potentially join our group. So we're going to think outside the BNI box, okay? So the first thing is extending your eyes and ears. And it sounds really obvious, but there are people all around us that want to grow their businesses that we're not aware of. So think about inviting someone you know to a meeting, your spouse, your office manager, your employees, your friends, and teach them how to ask people they meet whether or not they want to grow their businesses. So when we say extending our eyes and ears, we want other people in our lives thinking about when they're meeting someone, maybe considering connecting them to us and then eventually we'll invite them to the meeting. So also Madeline turns cold calls into opportunities. So instead of hanging up on people that are cold calling us or cold emailing us or cold sending us cold letters, maybe finding out what type of business they're in and inviting them to a meeting. Say something like, I am in a networking group with 70 plus people, and this would be a great way to grow your business. Why don't you come and check it out? Number two, networking events. Again, seems very obvious. She focused more on chamber events and she talked about business expos and trade shows. And she said it's like a fisherman going to a pond that's teeming with fish. All of these people are there to network. That's what they're doing at these events. And so think about introducing yourself and then bringing someone that you meet at these types of events to our meeting. Third, social media. And I personally this one really resonated with me. She said, join a Facebook group, whether it's something from your alma mater, your neighborhood. There's so many different Facebook groups out there. And when you're in this group, you want to ask for a recommendation. So let's just say that your power team is looking for a divorce attorney. You could say in your group, I'm looking for a recommendation to a divorce attorney. And you think, wow, that's a new concept, but it's not. So many people have asked for recommendations, and oftentimes you can even look in that group and up will come like 4 or 5 different people in that same field. And so reaching out, you get the list of people that are being recommended, and you want to send them private messages and invite them to a BNI meeting. And then if you get several people in the same field coming to the meeting on the same day, that tends to give a little bit more motivation. And so once one of those people joins the group, you can even say to yourself, wow, these three other people that didn't make it into our group. Why don't I find out if some of the other regional groups have an opening for this person? So not only can you bring someone to our group, but we can spread the wealth. And lastly, it's called Before I Hang Up. So if in fact, you're on the phone, every time you're on the phone with someone, you could say, hey, before I hang up, I wanted to know if you knew a great divorce attorney. I'm sorry, I'm focusing on divorce. I'm not getting divorced. I know that that's a good power partner for me. Um, do you know a divorce attorney? I mean, you could be talking to your mom, you could be talking to a friend, but think about somebody this week that you want to join our group and then ask every person you talk to over the week. And you can say, listen, before I hang up, I wanted to ask if you knew somebody in this field. And then the last piece is to follow up. People might come to meetings, they might not be ready to join the meeting right then and there, but maybe in a month or two they will. So follow up is key. And that's all for today.
All right. Thanks so much for sharing that, Betsy. Those are great